This is episode 147 of the Gold Squadron podcast. I'm your host, Dion Morales, and today I'm joined by Marcel. I am the great Conjolio Manzano.
You must provide tippy for my bunghole.
And Will, space. You guys are getting a break. Hagwood?
Life continues as normal.
And Ryan, staying home, Staniszewski.
As well should many other people to reduce the thing that's happening.
Yeah, that whole thing. Well, thank you everybody who is joining us today. Super excited to see you guys. Welcome. We are part of hopefully your normal, just your routine Monday nights hanging out with us here on Gold Squadron. Love y'all. Let's go ahead and jump into all the content. So there's actually a bunch of announcements and news today. An absolute ton. And we're going to start by talking about the press release that, actually it wasn't a press release. It was a letter that Asmodee sent to a bunch of retailers that they noticeably didn't put under their press releases on their website, but a couple of gaming websites picked it up. We'll go ahead and pull it up here. So Asmodee is officially delaying all new releases for their games. That does include our upcoming wave of LAT gunships and the droid gunship, and then the Psi shuttle that's supposed to be coming. So if you were hoping to get those while all this is coming out, probably not. Looks like from their statement that they are going to be keeping some warehouse workers working, but basically it's all in that first line right here of the article. It says Asmodee USA will delay all new releases until at least May 1st, 2020. So that's the plan as of right now. And we'll see what happens. I have a feeling, what do you guys think? I have a feeling that most game publishers are probably really hoping that all of this gets resolved by the time Gen Con comes around.
I would assume most game publishers want this to get resolved by next week. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, but realistically, right? Like we got.
Yeah, realistically, I do think we're in pretty good shape. Just August. I don't see this going through August. I don't think anybody does. But if it does, I mean, we've got bigger stuff to worry. If it goes that long, we've got bigger stuff to worry about than Gen Con at that point, right?
Absolutely. As for like live events in person, that would most likely be our next live in person one. At least that's scheduled right now, because a lot of things are on hold.
Fingers crossed for Origins. That's still like second week of June.
Yeah, you're right. That's still a maybe possibility. I know when I talked to my wife about it, she looked at me and she was like, "You still going to that?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, but that's where we are right now. If you listen tomorrow, or if you were listening live today for the Minox Squadron podcast, I was actually a ghost. Sorry, not Minox Squadron, Fly Better podcast. Oops, you guys can see the sacred notes. Oh no, we have the Jank Tank tournament is official. It is happening. So if you're not familiar with the Fly Better Jank Tank rules, essentially you get a literally random generated squad that is created for you, and the rules for the tournament is that you choose one faction, and then one faction is chosen towards you. You basically are emailed two different squads that are randomly generated, and the rules are that you choose one, and in that you can take away one upgrade and /or add an upgrade somewhere. Of course, not going over 200 points. And we're going to play a single elimination tournament for that. Registration is open literally right now. You can go to janktankopen.com. This is an official, we're calling it the Gold Knock. The Gold Knock Jank Tank Tournament. And we got some Gold Squadron Pride support as well as some Fly Better Pride support. Should be pretty awesome. And we're actually on the Gold Squadron channel. We're going to be streaming some of the randomly generated squads to have transparency, but also just have some fun with some of those things that could be that could show up. You guys, gentlemen, you guys have any questions about this you want to throw out there?
How can I join?
How can you join? Go to janktankopen.com, click register, and here's the best thing. It's free as long as you actually agree. You got to agree to actually play your games, all right? That you're willing to be streamed, because we're going to be doing that. That we're going to be playing it on Vassal, and there's another thing that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But basically, it's very step by step by step. It is on Vassal for this event, so that we can get the logs, and also the whole idea is between Fly Better and us, GSP, with our GSP Showdowns. Yes, that was plural, which we'll talk about here in a minute. We can cover both TTS and Vassal together. We can do that and provide content on both platforms. So registration opens tomorrow. Or sorry, it's technically tomorrow, but it's already open right now. It closes April 2nd. So you guys have about a week and a little bit to do that, Thursday, April 2nd. And on Friday the 3rd, we post the bracket, which is going to be all through TTT, where we're going to be entering all the results and like that. And then we will do that. It says that the site cannot be reached. I was just on it. Unless maybe they had it open for me to look at. So maybe you guys can't look at it yet. Maybe only I can. So tomorrow, janktankopen.com, all right?
It is open.
It is open? Maybe just that link that...
Maybe the link I provided is bad, but...
Yeah. I was on it today.
I'll put a new link there. There you go. That one works. The GitHub one.
Yep. There you go. So that's how you open. All the rules are there. Make sure you go ahead and completely read everything.
Can confirm. Link works for me. I've never opened it until this point.
All right. So that is that's that announcement. And then as for our other digital X-Wing feature, we have the GSP Showdown this weekend. Now, originally we were going to do this in person, but because of Chicago being locked down, I believe Michigan, or you guys have a state shelter in place going right now as well. So that's 3 out of the 4 of us that have that order right now. So we're going to be doing this digitally. We're going to be doing it on TTS and playing out the GSP Showdown. Now, I know that this is digital, guys. I know it's different than what you guys are used to when it comes to big event streaming. But we have to have a mental shift, I think, here. And the GSP Showdown is going to be it's going to be an all-day event. Like it's 6 rounds. Actually, sorry, it's 7 rounds technically because of the Aces High at the end. But we're going to have a good time. Super excited about it. It's all going to be here on Gold Squadron Live. We're going to have a great time. And it's Will versus me versus Marcel versus Ryan. And we're going to do a round robin tournament, and it should be absolutely fantastic. I'm super excited. And here's the plan. This first GSP Showdown is just the first in a series that is going to happen. All right. I am going to be reaching out and am currently in talks with several other X-Wing groups of people. It's still going to be groups of 4 because that's how you make it manageable within a day. But it's going to be some names that you know, and we're going to be putting on some more of these, especially since this is we're going to be inside for a while. So should be a lot of fun, and we're going to have a couple of, I think my goal is to have at least 4 of these, and then we have the 4 GSP Showdown champions face off in a ultimate battle of wits and X-Wing skill. What do you guys think about that?
I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Should be good. So Will's like, yeah, I'll play against other people. Sounds good. And then as for Patreon update, according to all of my sources, our stuff should be coming in on time-ish for April. The plastic cards are the only thing in question right now. They're supposed to be in the first week of April, and if they are, I will work on packing them. The problem that we're going to run into, though, is that normally I have a team of people that come to my house to help me pack them. So there's going to be a bit of delay on shipping, not because of not having this stuff, but because I have to do it all by myself. So that's that. But one thing I got in my inbox today, guys, I got the sketches for our Patreon set of stuff that's coming after this one, and it looks awesome. It looks really good. And if I had a quick way to show you guys, I would, but I'll definitely show Ryan, Will, and Marcel after this, and they'll be able to tell you next week, guys, that was really nice. So it's awesome. It's it. Thumbs up. Just trust me. I mean, are they ever not good? Come on. They're always good. All right. But that is that. Our first topic for today is we are going to be covering our we're going to be revealing our GSP Showdown lists. Now, for people who didn't watch last week, Ryan, could you give them an understanding of what we did with the draft and all that?
So for the draft, we were drafting factions. And we're drafting up to 4 factions per person because we're only using 1 faction per round for each person to use. With the idea in mind that we came to the agreement that 2 of them will be extended and 2 of them will be hyperspace. And that is of our choosing later on out of the 4 that we picked. Now, all 7 factions need to be picked because once you pick one that's eliminated from the pick pool, before you can move on to the second round of those 7 factions, so to say. So we went through round 1, 4 picks. Round 2, we didn't snake it because we found out mathematically that would have gave Dion pick 1 of the first round of factions and pick 1 and 2 of the second round of new factions. So we did Dion, Will, myself, Marcel, I think something like that. And we did that over and over. So once we hit 7, which would have been the second go ahead of us going through on the third person being me, then we would start to the next set of faction pool being available. And we did that until we all had 4 different factions, none of them duplicated within our own picks.
Yeah, that was super awesome. So we are going to be revealing our squads. Now, I'm telling you, I'm kind of scrambling right now because I thought I had my tabs ready, but they were open on my other computer, which is currently in my daughter's room, who is sleeping right now. So I'm delaying a little bit. Actually, you know what? Marcel, could you tell the people what our factions are?
Yes, sure. Yeah, buddy. All right. So the factions for Dion, he chose first, and he went with. I'm just gonna go all 4 of yours, and then on the road. So Dion has the Empire, the Republic, Scum, and Rebels. Then William has Rebels, First Order, Separatist, and Empire. Ryan has Separatist, Resistance, Empire, and First Order. And finally, I have Scum, Republic, Resistance, and Rebels. None of that. No Sith on my. Well, I guess Darth Maul maybe. But other than that, stayed away from the Empire and the First Order. Those are bad, and Separatists. Those are bad people.
Bad people.
We're with the good guys.
I feel like droids are misunderstood. They had to follow certain leaders. Droids are good guys.
Is that how that works? I don't know.
I'm controlling the droids, so I feel like we're okay.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do to have some fun with this is we're going to be revealing our squads, and we can just give small justification. So understand this. When we actually match up during the event, you, the audience, will get to choose which of the lists get matched up together. So now we chose 4 lists. One of the lists will not end up being played because we wanted to make sure that we have a matchup, like a decision to be made at the end, as well as each of us has a veto that we can use in our first 2 games. But we can't do it in the third game in order to not play the list that gets voted, like first voted, and then we play against the second one. So, gentlemen, if you guys can go ahead and copy and paste your lists into our GSP Showdown link. If you guys need it, I'll go ahead and I think I dropped it in our Facebook chat already. and we're going to start revealing. So we're going to go round by round, okay? So my first pick in the GSP Showdown draft was Empire. Now, this might look super vanilla when you look at it, and I'm going to say I agree. I'm going with the World Championship winning squad. You know it's good. It has lots of force. We got Whisper with Fifth Brother, passive sensors, the Grand Inquisitor, Naked, and Darth Vader with just afterburners for a total of 196 points. At first, I tried to build something with Major Vinder, but then I had to keep putting in Jendon in there, and I didn't want to pay the Jendon tax. So I went this route. It's a good squad, and I want to win. Now, I will tell you, I didn't take all super meta stuff. I would say this is probably the closest thing out of all my squads that is like ultra meta. Actually, no, that's a lie. Maybe one more, but we'll get back to that here in a little bit. All right, Will, your first round pick. Please go ahead, dump it in there so I can click it. There it is. All right, here's his Rebel squad.
Okay, do you got pulled up?
Yep.
All right, so this is a Rebel salad. I brought 10 nub with fire control system and auto blaster for that double shot. I got Dutch with ion cannon turret. I have Luke Skywalker naked, except for, I guess, S-foils. And Jake Farrell naked as well. So I really like Dutch and Jake. And then they're supporting Ted Nub out there. And Luke is just fine. He's pretty good.
All right. Pretty solid. Let's continue here, going down the list. Ryan's first pick, he had Separatist, and his list is...
So I have DBS 32C with Kraken, a Techno Union bomber with proton torpedoes, 3 Discord missile grappling strut Trade Federation vultures, and 2 grappling strut Trade Federation vultures. This is a hyperspace capable list, even though it says extended. This is what I would have taken to Adepticon, to be 100% honest with you. I have had extreme good success with this list, and not many things can get away from the start of engagement target block that 32C can coordinate to the Hyena bomber with proton torpedoes.
Solid. And then last but certainly not the least, Marcel's round 1 list. I am stalling because he hasn't pasted it in where I was looking. Did he put it in the... He put it in the other one. Okay. He had Scum. Just going to move his lists to the document we were using. Bam. Got it. All right. Marcel, what's the list?
Excuse me. So I had to go with my Jump Masters, of course. This is a hyperspace list. I'm taking Fenral with Fearless, supported by Tel Travera with an Auto Blaster cannon, a BT-1 gunner, Proton Torpedo, Darth Maul, and Contraband Cybernetics. And Nam Nam with Contraband Cybernetics, Ion Cannon, and Dengar Gunner coming in at 199. No meta stuff here.
Now here, I think, did all of us take a hyperspace list in that first round? No, I took an extended one. Sorry.
I was about to say, what do you mean, Dion?
Sorry, I was thinking about my next one. So I was the only one who took an extended squad for the first pick. And we're going to go ahead and drop a poll in the chat as we start revealing round 2. Who do you think won this round of list picks? And then we'll ask at the end who you think won all of them. I will say in the draft, I think, was it who won the draft last week? I'm forgetting who won that
Ryan
poll.
got the most votes for winning the actual draft itself, like the factions.
Cool. All right, so let us know how you think we did in those first round of lists. We're going to go ahead and move on to round 2 of lists. So we have the Republic here, and this is my second meta squad. I built like 20 different squads for the Republic. This is the one I struggled with the most. And then I just probably went with what I'm going to guess Marcel has in his as well. I just ripped off his list. No, Marcel's shaking his head saying no. So anyway, so I took basically Marcel's list from Worlds. With the new points tweaks. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi with R2 Astromech and Delta 7B, Rick Olay with R2 Astromech and Advanced Sensors, and Anakin Skywalker with passive sensors, proton torpedoes, and R2 Astromech for 199 points. It's a good list, and yeah. Round 2 for Will. First order.
All right, this is my first order list. I have Hollow with Proud Tradition. Gotta have it on him. He passes off Stress, any token that he has to another friendly ship. But I like passing the Stress, so then K-turning, and I still get to focus, and K-turn, Sloop. I really think it's a fun ship. Kylo Ren, enough said. Backdraft because he shoots 3 dice. Good for him. And I have an Epsilon to eat all those bad tokens from Hollow. He's got good greens to clear off the stresses. He's a good blocker at I1. So he's my filler ship. That's right, a filler ship.
What is this? What is this filler ship? All right, we're going to... Ooh, crap. I just closed it. No! Panic. Will, dance for the people.
Actually dances. What do you mean filler? My entire Separatist faction is filler ships. The faction.
No, what? Oh, sure.
All right, Ryan's resistance list for his round 2 pick.
All right. It's the resistance in this one. I've been wanting to mess with. It's the resistance card, and with Ray's decrease in cost, it actually makes something I found interesting. So we got Ray with Finn and Ray's Millennium Falcon title, Rose carrying GA97, which uses it's the resistance mechanic, ZZ with Crackshot Advanced Optics, and Greer with Heroic Advanced Optics. So that Ray is going to be coming for the booty on the flank.
Going for that booty.
That's right. Okay, let's... Oh my god, you serious? It closed
You
again?
broke it again?
I think something's wrong with my mouse. My mouse keeps double-clicking things. Anyway, I'll just bring it up again. All right.
You got the Jeopardy song?
Doop, doop. All right, here we go. Marcel's second pick, the Republic. I'm curious, what did he bring?
I swapped out Rick.
Aha.
So no Rick. So I went with Obi-Wan, Sense, Delta 7, and Regen. Then I went with Plo Koon and calibrated with the R5 Regen. And then kept the same Anakin with Intimidation, R2 Regen, Collision Detector, and Advanced Proton Torpedo. Also coming in at 196, similar to the World's one. So it's very similar, but one change. Rick is more of a puncher, switching Rick to another support ship.
All right. Well, so for round 1 of ships, people voted me. Yay, I won something. But let's see, for round 2, what do you guys think as we talk about round 3? Round 2 of lists. Who had your favorite? And that's, of course, between my Republic list, Will's First Order, Ryan's Resistance, and Marcel's Republic. All right. We'll continue here. Round 3 list. This is where I started getting a little bit creative. You actually probably seen me play this list one time on stream. I brought it 1 week, really enjoyed it, and didn't get a chance to play it again. Oops, forgot.
Oh, you know when you played this one against my Fen and two scouts.
Is that the one I did?
Yeah. So that one's actually on stream. I changed the scouts around. I put Telchavero with Darth Maul to make him punchier. But yeah, there's our match. You and me played this one. That's when Telchavero, after everything was dead, Telchavero went on a rampage, killing everything.
I remember.
At the end, yeah, and then you still won it, but yeah.
So here's the squad. Super excited. I really like this one. So we have 3 cartel spacers. Those are the M3A interceptors with tractor beams. Then a zealous recruit, naked. So those are all initiative 1s. And then Fen Rao with fearless. So I mean, I think the the goal of the squad seems pretty obvious, right? But I had a lot of fun playing it. It has 5 ships, and it's a good number of ships. So that's my third round list. Will's third round list, he had CIS.
All right, so this is my version of Nantax and 7. Do I have 7 in there?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Good,
5,
good.
7.
Good.
Bring
good.
that 20-point bid.
What? Oh, no. So I wanted to, in one of the factions, fly an 8-ship list. And it obviously, CIS, ended up taking it here. So my Nantex is Churtech with Ensnare and Intimidation. Then I have all the Trade Federation drones with grappling struts, and then one with Discord, because why not? I could tractor beam people, so why not sneak the Discord in there too? I really think, what do I say? I really think using the Nantex as like a blocker sometimes, they're surprisingly maneuverable, especially with their turret. And so being able to block somebody and then give them the tractor beam, now they're -2 agility. And I might have 7 ships shooting at you.
Awesome. Let's keep it going here. So next list is from Ryan, and it is his Empire list.
The Imperial Inquisition, a new take on the Jendin and the 3 Inquisitors. So Jendin with Krennic, Grand Inquisitor with Concussion, a regular Inquisitor with Concussion, and the very new 5th brother and his terrifying homing missiles.
He's so good. He's good. All right. And last but not least for round 3, Marcel's Resistance list.
So this I brought basically for Dion.
You're bad man.
So-
You're a
so
bad
crowd,
man.
Listeners, Dion and I are playing round 1. Make him fly against this or use his veto early because he loves it. He really enjoys playing against
If you
this.
guys want to see me use my veto immediately and violently, this is where it would be. Right here.
So, for those listening
Wait, do you veto their list or yours?
Their list.
the list you don't want to play against.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you veto your own list, you're basically only putting together three lists in that case.
Well, you don't like the matchup, I thought.
Yeah, if you don't like the matchup, you change the other
On the other
person's
side.
list.
Yeah, well, so theoretically,
okay,
I get Will's side of it. He could like every other matchup he has except that one list that got picked. So he would rather have any 3 of his lists instead of the one that's matched currently.
Yeah. But yeah, we're vetoing the other side.
Rules are
Okay, fair enough.
So anyway, so for those who are listening and not watching, I took a 5A Wings hyperspace list. It is all of them heroic and advanced optics with ZZ, Greer, Reneth, Blue Squadron, and another Blue Squadron. I have flown at a total of 1 tournament and did pretty well for me that 1 tournament. So yeah, it's fun. Now I wonder how they are digitally though, because they feel really fun in person. I just hope on the computer they feel just as fun.
All right, so for the round 2 voting, people thought that Marcel won those lists. We'll go ahead and throw on another vote now for the round 3 lists. All right, we'll go ahead and write there round 3 as we talk about our round 4 list. So my final list was Rebels, and Will, this was homage to our beginning of 2nd edition here. Lando, Luke, and Thane. You couldn't fit Wedge because this is one of my hyperspace lists, as well as the Scum one. So Lando with Neon Numb, Thane with nothing on him, and Luke Skywalker with R5D8. And yeah, that's a total of 200 points, all initiative 5, and a list that I find really fun to play. Will's final list was the Empire.
All right, interesting. Ryan, this is my take on Jendin Inquisitors.
Aha!
Mine Jendin Inquisitors goes Jendin with passive sensors, fifth brother with homing missile, but I don't bring the Grand. I bring 2 supernatural reflexes, fire control system, concussion missile, Inquisitors. So they're basically they can use their linked action, which is barrel or boost, into focus off of the supernatural. So you can spend your force to reposition and focus, and then use their amazing blues to clear the stress, and then you can take your evade because you probably already have a target lock.
All right. That's scary. And Ryan's final list was First Order.
Yep. So this list I've been trying out in First Order for a bit. It's me and Will seem to be on a similar wavelength with our Empire and our First Order list. We like Hollow with Proud Tradition. I also have Backdraft. Zeta with Advanced Optics, Longshot with Proud Tradition, and then Muse with Proud Tradition and Advanced Optics. So a variety of well-modded 2 dice or situational additional 3 dice.
Excellent. And last but certainly not the least, Marcel, his final list was Rebels.
And this list was by popular demand, or by peer pressure, whichever way you look at it. So I had to come up with a VCX list. So I ended up coming up with Hera, with Intimidation, Advanced Sensors, Dorsal Turret, Zeb, Saw Gerrera, and Hall, coming in at 100-point Hera. And then she will be flanked by 4 Z95s, Initiative 3 with Crack Shot. So it is Hera, Intimidating, Bumping, Causing Havoc, and then 4 Z95s with Crack Shots coming in and making life not happy for somebody.
Excellent. So you have now seen all 4 of each of our squads. What we're going to do for the final vote here, instead of doing just a round 4, is just who do you think won the list round? We did the factions. Ryan was on top. Who won the lists, or the round? Who won the list round? There you go. Just always super curious to see public perception, and just be excited for them to vote me last, as usual. Who won? I'm not salty. I don't feel like an underdog. It's fine.
Just prove them wrong.
That's right. That's my job. Prove them wrong. All right.
You have the most to win.
That's right. Who do you think won the list round? So voting starts now. I saw a couple people jump in there a little bit early, so go ahead and make sure you guys get your vote. Now here, let's talk to each other, gentlemen. Who do you think out of the other 3 people has the best lists? You can't vote for yourself. Marcel, will have you go first. We'll go in reverse draft order.
Yeah, I think Ryan took the lists that are most likely to end up in an actual tournament, where I think you, me, and William all took at least one or a couple lists that are just for fun. So
hey, I have fun.
Yeah, okay. Just to put it in other words, hey, we're talking about my opinion here. In my opinion,
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever seen It's the Resistance used on Ray yet on a competitive level. I have no idea if it works well. We'll find out.
That's his jank. That's his jank.
Yeah, Ray with Finn is not janks. Ray hits hard, but anyway, that's I think Ryan took try hard lists. So that, having said that, I think they're good lists. It's not a. I'm not throwing salt. I'm not throwing hate. I'm saying they're good lists. They're good try hard lists.
All right, and Ryan.
I know I am always really concerned about Regen Jedi and whatnot, and then also Marcel brought the 5 A-Wings, which always gives Separatists and most of the lists that I actually look at a lot some trouble. And I noticed like me and Will in Empire, CIS, and First Order were kind of across similar wavelengths. I mean, I guess the Separatists were pretty different, but still obviously a lot of ships. I think I really like what Marcel has set up. There's a lot of tricks in there and stuff that I would not like to see.
All right, Will.
Yeah, I think it. Because wait, you and Marcel both have Fen Rao in your scum.
Yep.
You guys both have. Oh wait, now I lost my train of thought.
We both
Regen
have
Jedi.
Regen Jedi.
Both have Regen Jedi.
Version of, yeah.
Okay. So it really comes down to: do I fear Lando or Hera more? Or wait, what was your?
Dion took the world's winning list too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my name's
Yeah.
also not Ali Paknell.
No. No, I'm. Yeah, honestly, it comes down to the 5A wings then, because I think you two are like evenly matched. I think, as far as those spectrums, but yeah, the 5A wings does it for me. I do not enjoy that. Early, I'm not excited to play against it either. My list can handle it, but I'm not excited about it.
All right, and I'm gonna have to also go Ryan. He has some lists that worry me. That Separatist list looks really scary, and honestly, Ray, that It's the Resistance list looks really cool because it is definitely a combination I haven't seen before. But just the pieces that are there seem really solid, as well as the First Order. You and Will has the same idea, so I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a ton of fun. After getting some votes and letting people decide on what they thought of our picks for lists, we have Ryan winning there with 38.9%. Will and Marcel tied at 27.8%, which we already said that Will and Marcel did have some similarities across their list there. And then I have a piddly 5.3%. Thank you. Respect for the one vote. But yeah, I'm super excited. I want to see who wins. Now, we're going to be doing this this weekend, Saturday, starting at 10 a.m. Central, right here, Gold Squadron. Should be awesome. And that's really our main segment for today. We're going to go into lists of the week and the fun stuff. Any other thoughts about the event? What are you guys thinking going in now that you've seen other people's lists?
I have the pressure of the community vote now because the faction pick and the list apparently went to me.
Yup.
So I have the most to lose.
You're the official favorite.
Love
Love
it.
No pressure on us.
You guys said that.
Sorry, I'm the underdog, man. I'm here to play spoiler. That's my job. It's fine.
If I don't win, I root for Dion.
Yeah, because one thing we're still debating is whether or not you can, like, if we have a tie, can you use Aces High to end up winning the whole thing? Right? We're still working out the scoring for that.
I think so, because if you can't win definitively, then you can't. What do I want to say? You can't be. I don't know. You can't like out the other people. Now, I do think though, the people with better records go into Aces High better though. They should get a handicap for sure.
I like that. I'd be in for that.
Do we have a solid way to set up spawning in TTS for Aces High? Like,
I can get. Yeah, we're gonna talk to. I want to give a shout out to Scott and Hexiled Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
But they've done Aces High before, and someone on TTS has made spawnable little. What do I want to say? What are those even called?
The
tokens, hyperspace tokens.
Hyperspace tokens, I think.
Okay. Someone's engineered hyperspace tokens that will work for Aces High, so it shouldn't be a problem at all.
Excellent. Super excited. All right. So we're going to actually hit our questions of the week this week, and it's also going to lead into some other content that came out over the last couple days. So Psych J7 asked, will Devin, that's my wife, be making a special guest appearance in future episodes of GSP to commentate? She said, sure. Now, what's that referencing to, if you guys didn't catch on our YouTube channel, my wife agreed to learn how to play X-Wing. All right, so we have another game planned for tomorrow, and should be interesting. We posted an introduction, kind of us talking about her ideas and thoughts going into the game. We posted the game, and then also a post game. What were your thoughts on everything? And for the game itself, it's all geared. This whole series is not only geared towards that's pretty cool that Dion's wife is trying to learn how to play X-Wing, but it's also for beginner X-Wing players. Like in the actual game video, I break down all of the different phases and the actions and pop up cards, and there's arrows and things like that. It's pretty awesome. So if you haven't, if you're a new player or you know new players that need new content, it should honestly be awesome for them. And that was the dual goal here. So should be cool. Now the other question here, which I find very interesting, since we are in a state where we can't meet in large groups of people. Davin Felt asked, thoughts on TTS or online store championships, as the one I saw one yesterday actually on TTS happening. What are your guys' thoughts?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that an online tournament has given physical prizes. So I mean, if that's the only way to reach out to your local community, or even just to grow your community, it's definitely advantageous to try it and see if it is working.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you can muster up enough people, I would say a minimum of 12, or yeah, if you can get in that 10 plus 12, 16 person, and you can coordinate it in your local group, in your local play store, and you can make it happen, I don't see why not. I think it's I think it really just comes down to, can you get enough people? Can you get enough people that agree to do it in that way?
So, not necessarily devil's advocate, but I guess on the side of the store owner, because in most cases these store championships were awarded directly to the stores. Mm-hmm. You'd have to have a store locally that'd work with you enough, because granted, they're all losing out on money right now.
Yep.
But they would also lose out on money if that store championship isn't maybe postponed to be hosted back at their store in the future. Now, if you come to an agreement to say, hey, they'd still have to register and pay to the store to be part of the online, maybe that helps them a bit, but the stores generally got to find a way to recoup the money spent on those store championships. And I think that's the first hurdle you'd have to get through to even get this put in motion. I think it's definitely feasible to have happen. I don't think it necessarily has to be structured in a one-day thing. Like, you could have it occur over a couple days or throughout a week, because people have certain time frames that they can log on and do that. And most people who are at home have other immediate needs they might need to attend to while they're playing online. I see that happen a lot, which is why most tournaments don't just happen in one day online. So, but the biggest first hurdle is to get past helping the store recoup the money they spent paying for the physical kit, even if you can get the physical stuff out to the players eventually.
Yeah, I agree. That's the road I was going to go down towards. I know a lot of us have registered, pre-registration. We had the pastimes pre-registration and all that. And our store specifically is saying hey, we're going to hold the event. We just don't know when. And then the other question would be maybe kind of landing in the middle. If they decided to do it online, I think one of the things, they kind of have to not super announce it, because I think FFG/Lucasfilm might be a little bit wait, you're using these unofficial avenues to play this game. Then, let's be honest, we know that it's not official, right? But it's what we have, and I think FFG for the most part just kind of turns their head and ignores it, because they know that it does drive interest in their game. But on one of the other sides is that, what if you have people outside of your local area that want to participate? That could be, if they're paying, if they're paying to be in the tournament, that could also be extra money for the store if they need it.
Yeah, and to some regard, the store might require that to get some of the physical prizes, they may have to put forth the money for shipping, and the store may not want to do that themselves. So anyone who's not close enough to be able to have it, maybe, I mean, right now, physically handed to them might not be as, a great idea, but hold long enough for them to get it eventually.
Yeah.
And then another part to it, is handling. So the FFG part of it is, it's the unofficial official deal to work with. It's, yes, you got to kind of keep it on the down low, I guess. And even some stores are super, like I have a local store in Michigan that is dealing with even the time frame of store championships were supposed to be done by April, and they got it later, and they tried to call and get a contact with FFG to make sure, like, can we have this after April, even though they got it to us later in the time frame. Like, we don't want to get in trouble because it happened afterward.
Right.
So just make sure you check everything you can possible, communicate with who you can to make sure it can happen. The nice thing is, because it's a store champ, there's nothing crazy on the line.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, it's just prizes, plastic and paper.
There's no buy for a regional. There's no worlds thing. It's a store champ. Hopefully, FFG, if you need to contact them, or the store, that's a selling point to help make sure that this can happen online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that's a great question. We actually have somebody in the chat right now that said, I actually played in that tournament this weekend. So one of the online store championships that happened. The place was in California, but I'm from New Jersey. We each paid $15. It was a good time, but yeah, shipping. I mean, yeah, of course, we're going to have to ship stuff. So
yeah, most of the time, though, it's not really the store doing it. There's somebody like, there's somebody at the store.
A leader, like a league leader.
Yeah, there's somebody who runs X-Wing events on behalf of the store, and all of that would be worked out through that. And that's part of the, what that entry fee goes into anyway. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea if they can manage it. If they can get enough people, enough interest, and they have a good format. I'm not sure what the format was for the one last weekend, but if they've got a good format for it, and maybe they're only doing like 3 games and cut the top 4 or whatever based on MOV. I don't know what it would be, just to keep it reasonable and manageable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be better than sitting on it and then not being able to
sell it at all, right?
Yeah, especially places that might have, X-Wing is not the only event that's running behind. There's going to be Magic the Gathering tournaments. There's going to be Warhammer tournaments. There's going to be tournaments for there's other events for other types of games that also got pushed back.
Yep. And you know what? Lord forbid that all this goes even later than May, June. June, we're supposed to be getting a points update, right? So if we're getting a points update in June, there's a possibility that the prizes that are in there might become less or more desirable. Like, there's a little bit of a dice roll there as to whether or not it's a good. I mean, maybe you just want to get rid of this kit as soon as possible, because then we also have the second store championship kit, at least that's anticipated, coming now.
So this might be too much of a tangent to bounce off of that, but do you even think at this point it's a good idea to have that points update in June? Because that whole first season hasn't fully been flushed out. It hasn't been given the full time to develop and have the events it's supposed to. Should FFG extend that time, or should they stick with their original scheduled plan?
Let's have this topic have the floor right now. I think this is a great topic. I'll chime in last. What do you think, Will?
I would like to see the Star Championship get completed like as soon as possible. Like postponing them too far might actually like lose interest, or if anything, like actually hurt your local community and the players who wanted to keep participating. So I would say if they could be held, I don't know. It's hard to say, I guess. I don't know. That's what I would say. I think they should be sooner than later, basically.
William, I'm usually the one that's not paying attention and falling behind. The question.
Sorry,
No,
I
the
got
question.
distracted.
I'm teasing you. The question was, should the points change also be delayed because tournaments are delayed?
Oh, I guess I took that question wrong.
It's just kind of from
Yes.
the first. It's
Well,
just
wait. Here's a question for you. What is the next major tournament after the points update?
It
no,
may
Origins.
be Origins unless the points change happens
Tomorrow.
after
Also, Europe
Origins.
might have a few tournaments coming up.
Yeah.
But here in the States, it's Origins.
I would say you could push it back to like September, I guess. They have some leeway. They could push it back a little bit, but I would like to see. I would like to see this new, especially like hyperspace. Hyperspace is actually fairly new for this season. The extreme limitations on it. So like, yeah, we haven't even touched most of that to see what is possible. But no, they don't need to do it unless it prevents like store championships. Like if we could just, I don't know how to describe it. It's a tough decision, honestly, about if there's even going to be these store championships. And if there is no store championships, why don't we just change the points then? Just do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, so to the side that I was thinking of is like if we push back the points, okay? We push back the points. When we end up causing a chain reaction, right? So then if it's supposed to be every 6 months and it's supposed to happen in January, when do at some point we need to cut it short or make it long? Do we then delay January, or will we let January happen the way it is? I don't know. I think we just leave it as is. Like that's really where I'm feeling.
Me too. I mean, I think we do have enough information to, at a high level, we know what's doing well, we know what's not. We know the things. I mean, just because there's a point change doesn't mean there has to be drastic point changes. But there are cards that we know, and cards and pilots that we know are priced a little bit too
Boba
firmly.
Fett.
Well, not even Boba Fett. I think Boba Fett's fine. Slave 1, yeah. I think Boba Fett, just by, Boba Fett himself is in the finest range.
Side note,
Slave
really
1.
proud that nobody here took Boba Fett. I was.
Yeah.
I bet you guys thought I was going to.
That was up to you two.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Me and Will didn't have some.
Yeah, we chose not to take Boba Fett in the draft phase.
Yeah, I don't. You know me. I shy away from like straight meta stuff. But anyway, I think we have enough information to know which ships probably need a little boost and what ships and upgrade need a bit of a hammer. Again, Slave 1 is one. Also, ZZ. I think we're all probably in agreement. Like ZZ's undercosted right now. And just because there's points change in June doesn't mean that there has to be drastic changes. It can be just just a few minor changes. And when the next wave releases anyway, that's gonna mix things up anyway. So and at this rate, it might release around the same time as the points change.
I mean, I think my stance is not postpone it long, but maybe at maximum until after Gen Con, because we've had 0 extended events besides LVO that was exactly when the points launched. So that's kind of it for extended, which we'd have very little information, or the developers would have very little information on what they would need to adjust, even on a minor basis. We could, if we kept the points change and update, maybe it's just a hyperspace update where they update some points and maybe what's in the format. I'm just curious to know if the developers even think they'd have enough data at this point. On a hyperspace level, a lot of people do feel it's the meta's developed in a way. Extended, I haven't played it extended since before the points, and we haven't seen events besides LVO, and I think there was one in Europe, and that's it.
Good points. Good points. But I guess to kind of give the other side of that is we would not have had an extended event anyway, right? Because it's just system opens that have been canceled.
I think the only extended stuff probably would be just the Worlds qualifiers at System Opens.
Oh,
that
truth.
would have been it.
Truth. Yes. Forgot about those. So I guess some we had some, not as much, not as publicly paid attention to though. Overall. All right. Well, that's those are our questions of the week there. Unless somebody's got anything really, really good they want to throw in the chat before we move on to our list of the week, which we have 4 awesome lists that we are going to be taking a look at today. So let me go ahead and pull those up here. Now, our first list... Oh, guys, I forgot to ask you guys a question, last week, okay? You can't let me forget this time because I just forgot to put in the notes, but I put it in the header and in the description of the YouTube video. We never actually did it. The question is, would you rather be a pirate or a ninja? All right? We're not going to discuss this now. It's at the end, but just have it in your mind. All right? So here we go. List of the week. Our first list of the week is a Republic list, and Marcel is going to go ahead and cover this one. And this list comes from Stone Wallace, and it says, trying to put up for critique my daughter's list. We listen together, usually 15 to 20 minute pieces over the week, and she said she wanted to at least post her list to see what kinds of things you guys would say about it. She loves Ahsoka, and if she does fly a different faction, she insists that at least one of the pilots be a girl. So here we go. We have Wolf with no upgrades, Ahsoka Tano with Delta 7B, and Anakin Skywalker with Delta 7B. This is an extended squad, and it is at 193 points.
And it's a solid list as it is. It's pretty solid, but let's tweak it around. So she likes flying female pilots. So let's, we can only, by the rules, change one ship. So let us get, let's change Anakin to another female pilot, which is Luminara.
Okay.
And change the Delta 7 to Calibrated.
Okay. That gives you 43 points.
And gives us 43 more points. And then just hit copy paste on Luminara. And bring that to the other female Jedi pilot, which is Barriss Offee. And now you have Wolf's flanked by 3 Jedi Masters in Ahsoka. And since Ahsoka is her favorite pilot, Ahsoka's going to be flying the beefed up Delta 7.
That's right.
And then Luminara and Barriss are pulling in the flanks with Barriss and Luminara, and all of the abilities kind of play in hand, especially with Luminara being able to kind of lower some of that damage, incoming damage, especially if they're trying to target Wolfie. And that comes in at 198 points. Should be a lot of fun to fly. And you got your 3 Jedi Master Sisters coming in strong.
Very nice, very nice. And so hopefully you and your daughter get excited when you guys hear your name called for List of the Week. And let us know what you think when, just let us know on Discord, all right? By the way, you can always submit lists for List of the Week via our Discord. You can type !Discord in the chat, or click the link in the description if you're watching on YouTube or listening on a podcast app. Let's continue here to Will's list. This comes from some guy named Chris. Let's go ahead and put the list up here. And the prompt says, a good friend of mine in the X-Wing community just passed away. His favorite ship to fly was the TIE Defender. For the campaign against cancer, I want to play a list with it in his honor. I am mostly a rebel/resistance player, so I don't build Imperial lists that well. This is what I have so far. Any help from literally anyone is appreciated. Thanks. The list is Rexler Brath with Lone Wolf and Advanced Sensors, Fifth Brother in the TIE V1 with Hate, Fire Control System, and Cluster Missiles, and Major Rhymer with Saturation, Salvo, and Barrage Rockets.
All right, so I'm going to do a couple things here. You can go ahead and just take off all of those upgrades for a second.
From all of them. All right,
just off every upgrade for a second.
All right, step one, get naked.
That's not my those upgrades aren't my approach. I'll explain as we continue. So Rexler Brass loves flipping up damage cards. That's like his ability. So that's a really good I5. So I'm just going to pair him with another I5, and we're going to bump up the Fifth Brother to the Grand Inquisitor. I wanted to sneak Tomax Bren in there as another I5, but basically I didn't like anything of it. So I'm going to keep Major Rhymer. I'm going to take off Barrage Rockets and I took off Barrage Rockets, and we're going to replace them with Cluster Missiles.
This is on which pilot? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Rhymer.
Cluster missiles. Got
Rhymer needs some missiles. Cluster missiles can reach out to long range and shoot multiple targets. So that's his long range weapon. And so now we have a base for all the ships. I'm going to put Juke on Rexler now because we're trying to strip some tokens to use his because he's getting that free evade. Okay. And we're going to use the Grand Inquisitor to try to strip some of those tokens. So now we get to do, how many points do we got left? 18? 18. So now we get the fun upgrades. Okay. Major Rhymer is getting the Advanced Proton Torpedo. This is really nasty with his ability because you can shoot it at range 2. So you can come up, grab your lock, shoot your 5 dice, range 2. And you're basically a threat out there. And then just for because he said it was somebody named Chris, some guy named Chris,
some guy.
Not familiar with Flying Empire ships, so we're gonna put out the collision detectors on both the Grand Inquisitor and Rexler Breath. It's gonna give you twice. You can fly through rocks. It's great for Rexler's K-turning. The Inquisitor can boost through rocks then. So you can really do some interesting things with them and get the most out of positioning.
Awesome. So you end up with Rexler Brath with Juke Collision Detector, the Grand Inquisitor with just Collision Detector, and then Major Rhymer with Cluster Missiles and Advanced Proton Torpedo for 200 points. Very nice. Our next list comes from Fish Sticks. It's a resistance list, and Ryan is going to work on it for us. The prompt says, I basically just gave his idea for how he wants to fly it. And it is, yeah, let's just go for it. Just go for it, Ryan.
All right, so it started off.
I'm sorry, I'm supposed to read the list.
Yeah,
I'm getting distracted. The list today is Kaz with Outmaneuver, R4 Astromech, Advanced Slam, and Kaz's Fireball. Greer with Heroic and Advanced Optics. Jess Pava with Integrated S-Foils. And then Vi Marati and Rose Tico in the pods with no upgrades for 198 points.
All right, so one of the first things I look at is that's a pretty hefty Kaz. Now, I get that he wants to... A lot of people want him to be a flanker, especially when you have Jess Pava on the list. partner with Rose. That's a pretty solid combo right there. And I think this player mentioned specifically this is a hyperspace list, even though it has extended in the drop down bar. So we're going to make sure we stick with hyperspace capable upgrades if necessary and pilot swaps. But he likes the interaction with Vimerati and the arcs with Greer and the boosts and the slams with Kaz. So keep Vi in the list. I had initially taken Vi out to see if I can fit another solid A-wing in there, which is a choice you can make. But I think for now, we're going to take all the upgrades off Kaz first and just see what we have to work with.
You strip it down to 185 points, 15 points available.
Okay. So I do like having an astromech with that many points left. I do like having an astromech with charges on Jessica Pava, and in hyperspace that cheapest one is going to be I mean, you could do BB-8, but I think I like R5 for the chance that you could jump back up above half in clutch cases during the end of games. So you can use that offensively or defensively with her ability for twice digging her in her ability twice in a turn, or a small bit of regen. And then with 11 points left, I do actually really like R5 also on Kaz. Just ditch the card at the beginning and just say, I have a 6 health ship that is mostly 3 attack, 3 agility. 7 points left. It's kind of taste of flavor. I like coaxium hyperfuel on Kaz, so in the case he does jump in and gets blocked or bumps into something, he can still slam off of that with coaxium just to get him out of a situation. 5 points left. You can put advanced slam on a Kaz if you want. It's a good combo with coaxium hyperfuel if necessary. You don't have advanced slam available to you right off. Well, you do off the get-go, but you're not going to be gaining it to shoot at that point. It tends to be a later game thing. And then if you want to use the last 2 points, you can use it for Fireball on Kaz, but I'd kind of lean towards a bid or Black 1 on Jess. I know people have had good success with having Black 1 on her in case she needs to escape, plus the potential chance of now regen as well. So.
All right. So can you go ahead and read down your full squad, because I think I missed an upgrade at some point, and I'll just fill it in while you read it.
Throw Advanced Slam on Kaz, I guess. And that's like the last thing if necessary. And then it's like flavor to taste on a title on either Kaz or Jess. I'd kind of try and keep Kaz under 50 points. He's still a great ship with even just R5. Coaxium, Advanced Slam are just there because I didn't really like where any other points could go either on Rose or Vimerati. I mean, you could argue if you drop Coaxium and Advanced Slam, you could put Perceptive Copilot on Rose. But with that investment on pods, I'd like to have Pattern Analyzer, which 1, wouldn't fit in the points, and 2, is not hyperspace legal.
Fair. All right, so you end up with Kaz with R5, Astromech, Coaxium, Advanced Slam, Greer with Heroic Optics, Jessica Pava with R5 and the S-Foils, and still Vi and Rose in the pods with no upgrades for 198 points. Hopefully that worked well for you, fish sticks. And then last but certainly not the least, I have my list of the week. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. It is a Rebel Squad brought to you by... oh, no, I clicked the wrong one. Rebels. I think there it is. It's brought to you by Flobbit, and there was no prompt for this one. It was just a list. So it is an extended squad. We have Han Solo in the YT 1300 with Trick Shot, C-3PO, Shield Upgrade, Chewbacca, and then Hera Syndulla with Intimidation, Advanced Sensors, Ion Cannon Turret, Zeb Orrelios, Saw Gerrera, and the Ghost title. So first thing we do is just take the Ghost off title, the Ghost title, because it doesn't do anything. And I don't like carrying around extra cards when we don't have to. I guess unless you want the flavor. Overall, I look at Hera and she seems like she does what she has to do. Ion Cannon, you could consider dropping it to Dorsal if you need the points on Han, because that's basically where we're going to work the rest of our time. You know, the idea for Chewbacca is pretty solid, but I'm just looking at some of our options. You know that Han likes to re-roll those dice. We want to be defensive, which you can do with C-3PO, but I like having the tokens more than anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off C-3PO, and I want to go ahead and grab for Perceptive Copilot. All right, having that double focus is just really, really strong. Being able to have the rerolls on multiple defensive attacks is really, really good. Chewbacca is a toss-up for me. I can go either way with him, but I think if you went if you want to go to the defensive route, you can go ahead and take Chewbacca, and then you end up adding the title, and you put C-3PO back on there. But then you would have to drop a couple of things like taking off the ion cannon. But I think that's, if I was to make one change, I'd swap out C-3PO for Perceptive Copilot, and that's where I would go. I like to get him a Force token by getting him either Ezra or Kanan, but I like this loadout as is. So we have Han with Trick Shot, Perceptive Copilot, Chewbacca, Shield Upgrade, and then Hera. Basically untouched, minus taking off the Ghost title. So hopefully you guys like those lists of the week. We're gonna go ahead and pull up the poll and see who do you think did the best list of the week. As I'm getting this poll up, guys,
you do realize you gave me anxiety just now.
I did.
Yeah.
How so?
I got anxiety looking at Han without R2D2. Like. Get the R2D2 in there.
Oh, sorry, you're right. R2D2.
Throw it in there.
Sounds.
There you go. Even if you're cheating and putting more points, just get R2D2 in there.
There you go. So then the other option you had was Han Solo, Trick Shot with Perceptive Copilot and R2D2, and then Hera with Intimidation, Advanced Sensors, Dorsal Turret. You had to change it there. Zeb Aurelios and Saw Gerrera. So, like I was saying, as I pull up the poll for list of the week, Marcel, you got any shout-outs for anybody? Any thoughts? How are you doing right now?
Doing good. Any shout-outs? Are you just stalling because you're doing...
Yeah, thanks for making it real smooth. Making it real smooth.
Like, you just like throw there. Yeah, I'd like to shout out the city of Chicago, all
You're terrible. You're terrible. You
I don't know what to say.
Improvisation,
like,
not a strength. Not a strength.
Like, yeah, I'd like to shout out. I shaved.
You did.
Yeah, it's my one. It's like once a month I shave. So it was that one time that I actually took out the razor. Yeah.
All right. Marcel, Ryan, how are you doing? How's your mental state? I know you've been working at home.
I'm successfully working remotely. Got that all set up to just basically work with whatever is on my screen at work. I control it completely from home. So that's good. Wife's been home. Michigan just got announced 3 weeks of stay at home. Let's get through this, and hopefully on the other side of 3 weeks, we have a lot less of this than we had before it.
Mm-hmm. Now,
playing a lot of Doom Eternal, that just came out. It's a lot of fun. It can be hard. I'm playing at Ultra Violence.
Oh,
which is actually middle of the road. There's 2 more higher than what I'm doing.
What?
And I can't even imagine it right now.
I got something to admit. Talking about playing on hard and super hard, I actually passed Dark Souls, the Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. Passed it, went right through it. I got so aggravated with Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
That I put it on the lowest one.
What? Really? The lowest one?
Sorry,
really?
You know what? I kept dying, and maybe it's my fault because I'm playing on keyboard and mouse instead of with a controller.
I mean, that's the better way. Continue.
It is the better way typically, but you know where I keep dying is in the in the parts that you're going down the snow and you have to catch the ropes and then jump.
Yeah,
that's like not the.
Oh, so it's more of an exploration issue than
timing. He's having a timing issue.
Well, no, okay. So really, what it is I do pretty well with moving and with the mouse, but when you're going down that when you're going down the ice or going down whatever you can't control it with the mouse. You have to control it with the WASD.
Yeah.
And the issue with that is that with my hand, I can't control, and I keep falling, and every time you fall, you lose like, percentage of your health, and I got annoyed. But when you fall on super easy, you don't lose any health. So I was like, that's it.
Just get past that part and then put it back.
Yeah, I was about to throw the monitor out the window here. Like, I got so mad. So I'm sitting here like trying to control it with my left hand and use like getting all contorted over here to try to make it work.
And now, Will, I know that you're actively working because you work in the food business. Hopefully, people are being pretty civil out there.
It's getting better. I've been working a lot.
Toilet
of
paper
overtime,
back in stock?
No, never. Last minutes, probably, I would say. So that's not good, but everything else is getting better. So like I said, just been working a lot.
All right. And same thing here. Just been obviously at home working with my daughter on things. Yesterday we did step 1 of 6 of building a Lego X-Wing engineering day, which she did really, really well. She put all of it together herself. There was a couple of spots where I had to push it down to connect them, but she was able to decipher all the parts. And also my positive life choices are going really, really well. As of yesterday, I'm 25 pounds down and trying not to look back. Eating at home, honestly, eating, like not having to drive, because I told you guys my biggest trigger was driving and eating. Not having to drive has really helped. Yeah. And we don't have like a bunch of snacks at home, so I can't just be like, oh, I'm bored, let me go eat my daughter's, applesauce or something like that.
Well, congratulations to you, Dion. 25 pounds is a huge, huge goal and achievement, so
Thanks, man.
applause.
Thanks. Feels good. 25 more coming. So I was at 250, 225. I have not been under 200 for a long time. And that's
same team.
Yeah. Like that's what I want. Like the day I hit 199, I'm gonna jump for joy. Because hasn't been there. All right. The debate. Let's have some fun. So if you're the serious content is about to close here. Looks like I won list of the week somehow. I don't believe you guys, but I feel like those are pity votes. Like we didn't vote for Dion for all the stuff that mattered. We'll give him this one. So I won here, and
you dominated.
I got to keep the chip on my shoulder so that I play super good. Subhead Chalk in the chat. Here's a pity vote. Alrighty. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure this weekend starting at 10 a.m., we have the GSP Showdown. We're playing 6 rounds. There will be a lunch break so that we can, have lunch. There's going to be commentary in between. Guys, I'm letting you know I'm working on a setup here so that I am playing on a different PC than we're streaming from. So the 2 people who aren't playing will be on Hangouts doing the commentary for the other games. So that should be really, really fun. And we're all going to be in that same TTS room, which would be great. And just super excited. Make sure to register for the Jank Tank Open, janktankopen.com. And we're here, home, having fun, and making sure to take care of you guys. So here's our first Gold Squadron out. All right, pirate or ninja? Marcel, go.
Pirate.
Why? State your case.
State my case. Well, ninjas are typically somebody's puppet. They're hired assassins and they work for people, and they're basically just mercenaries, and they're just paid to go do somebody else's biddings. Pirates go wherever they want, whenever they want. They do what they do. They pillage, they plunder, they sail the seas. I do what I want.
They're the Cartman of this scenario, apparently.
Much more. Yeah.
All right, Will, ninja or pirate? Go.
Pirate. Okay. Now Marcel touched on the freedoms. Okay, traveling the world, getting out there on the open ocean. But I want to focus on pirate booty, secret treasure maps, and gold doubloons. Okay. I've never heard of any ninja stories about ninja maps. I've never followed a ninja map to a ninja chest in the Lost Island. Okay, it just doesn't happen. They're all jumping up in trees and crouching tigers or whatever. All right, and none of them are plundering booty. Okay.
All right, Ryan.
Easy. It's ninja. Because if a ninja wants to, it can become a pirate. But you've never seen a pirate become a ninja.
Ooh, got him.
So if the ninja wants to, it can join a pirate crew and pirate if it wants. But it's already a ninja, so it can do both and is better. Whereas a pirate, we've never seen in any lore or any fiction or any movie turn into a ninja. We've seen the other way around.
Yeah, but we've seen Tom Cruise turn into a ninja. So
He wasn't a pirate.
He was a samurai. He was a samurai.
Also
And
samurai.
well, if you want to take it back,
they were
to
hunted.
80s,
The samurai were hunted by the ninja. They were more
they had-
powerful than the samurai.
They had the it was called the White Ninja back in 1987, and it was with Shokasugi, and that was a business guy. They got a business guy to be a ninja. Come on, if a business guy can do it, a pirate can do it.
I'm Team Ninja. I'm sorry. I'm Team Ninja all day. A ninja could just take out all these untrained pirates. You know, they're looking for booty. I'm looking for honor and glory. Okay. So
Yeah, but I mean, if you put Johnny Depp against a ninja, yeah, Johnny Depp can't tell his head from his backside, but he'll probably just like pick up bend over to pick up a coin, and the ninja will end up in the ocean. Like,
Well, that's Johnny
no,
Depp. That's Johnny Depp plot armor. All right.
Let's do some comparisons. Okay, Beverly Hills Ninja versus Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow. Okay, not a comparison. What's some other name a ninja? I'll throw a pirate up against him.
there's too many pirates.
We want to know why you haven't heard from a ninja? It's because they killed everyone they met.
Oh, got him. Got him. And you ever heard these Ninja Turtles? Hello. Ninja Turtles?
yeah,
where are those
ninja-
pirate turtles? Where are those pirate turtles at?
No, what?
Teenage Mutant Pirate Turtles? No.
No. All right. What about sweet boats?
Donatello builds machines.
Ninjas can go on boats.
yeah, but they don't. Once they, this is the thing you guys are
Not
forgetting.
very sneaky on a boat.
No. This is what you guys are missing the point is. A ninja is a ninja, and a ninja is a hired assassin, works for other people. That's what makes a ninja. Some are more effective, some have the skills. But once they become a pirate, they're no longer a ninja. They cease to be a ninja. Now they're a pirate. They're a pirate with skills. They're a pirate with different skill sets that they can chop people up. But they're a pirate. They're no longer a ninja. So even if you say you're a ninja because you become a pirate, at that point you're team pirate anyway.
No.
No, Team Ninja forever.
You took a job on a pirate ship, so you can become a pirate because everyone will label you because you're on a pirate ship a pirate.
Okay,
True,
no,
but
because
you're
if you
at
took a
heart a
job-
ninja.
But if you took a job as a pirate, you're still not a pirate. You're still working for somebody. You're not the captain. You're not the main. You can't be like the pirate captain because you're still working for someone. You took a job.
All I know is when someone wants to take out someone or get something done, they don't call a pirate. They call a ninja.
That's right. The drunk pirates just walking around talking about
That's why
booty.
ninjas are hired more than pirates. You can't trust a pirate to be hired,
No, they call the Marines.
and that's not a pirate.
Well, they are part of the Navy, so they're closer to pirates.
Well, we're giving people a minute to vote here. We got a few votes in. Right now, Team Ninja is winning. So, Pirates, put up your final points, your closing arguments in the debate of Pirate versus Ninja. You just lost another vote, Team Pirate.
Okay.
They are speechless.
I got. All right. Pirates resilient. You ever seen a one-legged ninja?
A one-legged and one-eyed ninja.
Yeah, pirates. You can take their eyes. You can take their arms, their hands,
They're the Monty
their
Python
legs.
of badass.
Okay, you could strip that pirate down completely, and he is still a pirate. You take a hand, take a leg away from a ninja, he won't be able to ninja.
Well, that's because pirates fight pirates, and when they do, they leave them alive. They didn't get the job done. Ninjas fight ninjas. They're going to die.
But if they still lose a limb, they're no longer a ninja. Now they're just...
If you're not a ninja, you're dead. Okay? That's
Correct.
it. All right? If you failed at being a ninja, you didn't deserve to be a ninja. You're just dead. You're just gone. It's over.
You see, pirates never die.
All right. So after getting some votes in, looks like 50-50. Nobody wins. Marcel and will go off and plunder the booty while Ryan and myself continue our graceful art of ninjaing. Oh, but of course, right as I say the results, people start voting again. Great. It's fine. I'll balance it out. There it is. And we close the poll. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We had a great time tonight. Gold Squadron out.